Only true dogs fucking me and Big Nate. Wow. Shoot him in the greens, toss his body in that big lake.
Right, that's what it is. Now let's get to the main fight that happened this week. The one that took everybody's attention away was the Rolly and Pitbull Cruz, the Aesop Cruz fight. Now this is a fight that should have never took place. Rolly shouldn't have had a belt. So Aesop Cruz is going up to 140. He's a small 140, but he's gonna have problems with some guys in that division. But because they know how to box and keep him at bay, so he'll have some difficulties there. But yeah, yeah, I think he'll just matador him.
Yeah, matador him and take him to school and make it a dance, a dance party. He'll dominate him.
Yeah,
and I think Devin will beat him. It'll be a tougher fight for Devin than it will Shakur, but they both beat him.
Because Shakur could fight going backwards. Devin hasn't really mastered that yet. He seems to stay flat-footed and try to roll and try to counter more than fight going backwards. Shakur can fight on the move. He can fight going back, change the angles. He's got a lot more slicker, and plus he's filling into the weight class.
And he's maturing, becoming a young man. His muscles are starting to show up. Shakur, to me, man, I think has knockout power. People don't give him respect for him. Shakur can punch. He can knock out anybody in the bend.
But
I don't think Devin can. But he crafty, man. He don't get hit. That's one thing I like about him. He do not get hit. He can have 2 fights and he may get hit 12 times. The man is dominant and range fighter. He's a good fighter. He's rangy. He's hard to hit. I think his power is underestimated. I think he has good knockout punches chance than a lot of people think. I can see him knocking out anybody he catch. I think I see him. If you don't beat Devin, he can outbox Devin and knock him out. If you don't beat Tank, you can outbox Tank and knock him out. If you don't beat, the only one I don't think I don't see him knocking out is the Fimo Lopez. I see him beating him. I don't see him knocking him out. But he can knock out anyone. I like him. I think he's up. I don't think he beat that. I don't think he beat Tank. The Tank got too much, but he can land a good shot and get Tank out of there. He ain't Tank clean, but some Tank don't see, he can beat Tank. I think so.
Man, that'll be an interesting fight. But that's what I'm saying. Those guys got to start fighting each other. So this Ryan Garcia thing, that's just a money fight. But my thing is breaking down the fight with him and Rolly. I think Rolly inexperience was on display because he didn't even study his opponent at all. He didn't even figure out what was happening to him. And I'm like, how could you not? I could see if you make a mistake and you learn from it in the fight. He kept making the same mistake over and over again. He kept getting baited into throwing the punch and he was countering right over it. Every time, because that's the only thing Cruz can do. He's shorter, he's small, he got short arms, so he's going to come at you and wait for you to throw that jab. And he's going to start letting it go, and then he'll kick off his combination and start, closing the distance in the space. Rolly was under a false sense of security that he's too small and his power was going to be the difference. And that dude, he was taking Rolly shots and going right through him and bringing the fight to Rolly, and Rolly was running from him. So that shows you that Rolly really doesn't know how to feel comfortable in a ring being still right in front of somebody and knowing how to be patient. And he has no patience.
And that was surprising that someone like Mayweather, he's among the Mayweather. Mayweather don't take the time out and train all the people in the gym. If he don't have I don't think he has the right trainers in the gym. He needs to start training fighters because they're not getting the right DNA. They're not getting told the right stuff. And it's best of their talent. They had no one but Kamel. And Kamel is great. I like him. I think he's going to be a great champion. But if nobody let him grow and teach him as he go on, Because what you do yesterday they ain't going to get you in today's fights. You got to learn as you go on. And if Camelo don't learn, he'll be in the same position. And I think Camelo has a great career and in front of him on his way to be great. But he needs to be taught the game as well and give him good food every day of his training. And if you're not doing that, it hurts the fighter. And that's when Floyd Mayweather should come in, look these young men in the eye and make these young men champions and tell them how tough it is and teach them more and turn them about the game. A lot of people like to teach physically, but can't teach internally by doing with your eyes, just your stories. I can tell a story, and it's better than some people in physical training. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta know the game, and Floyd Mayweather know the game, and it can hurt the talent if you don't step up and try running the boxing in the gym more than what he had.
Yeah. And then, like the last fight, like with Fundora and Tim Tszyu, man, the bloodbath fight.
Oh my God.
That fight changed, and I'm gonna say this too. This was a whole setup. Once, remember we talked about Keith Thurman and what was gonna happen with Keith, and I told you it's Keith one fight Thurman.
One fight Thurman.
Because I told you he gets injured because he's not disciplined. Every time he
You know
tries.
your shit, Cal. You be saying shit. You be right about a lot of shit you say. I'm like, what's wrong with this mama?
Yeah, he gets injured because he's not disciplined. Once he got the title, he wasn't hungry no more. And that hunger was gone. All that hunger he used to have, he used to live in the gym. Once he got money and got some titles, and he just started getting overweight, and then his camps become weight loss camps. And then every time he gets injured. So many fights Keith Thurman had pulled out of because of injuries. It just happened to him. Now he didn't tore a bicep. So now Fundora, who just got knocked out in his previous fight, is now fighting for the undisputed title. Unified championship of the world. So now he moves from the undercard. So this guy, Tim Tszyu, who's the champ, had to take 8, 9 days to get ready for this. For a whole nother guy who's 6'6".
And you gotta give Tszyu a lot of credit.
Yeah.
When Tszyu took on a different opponent from 5'9" to 6'6"
And a southpaw.
And a totally different fighter. And for him to do that says a lot about him. And then to lose a close decision, it could have a close decision that could have been either way.
Yeah, it should have been a no contest.
It should have been no contest.
But they needed to have a champion because what PBC wanted to do was put Errol right in there, and that's why Errol got in the ring right after it was over, talking about he finna fight Fundora for the belt. So yeah, so it's all politics. Yeah. So they was Tim Tszyu, that's why the ref kept it going. That cut was too bad on his head, and they didn't know how to stop it. They don't know how to use, they use something different overseas. They don't use adrenaline 1000 in the corner for the cuts. They don't use that. They don't use the adrenaline. They use, what's the Abastine something, it's called like that over there. And overseas in UK, they use that. And I don't even think they were using that. They were just using straight grease and cotton on the cut. They wasn't stopping the blood at all. It was just pouring down his face. He couldn't see.
The politics of boxing and sports is starting to take over, man. We need it's crazy, man. And that was weird.
Terrence Crawford put a stop to it. The WBO was like, no, Terrence Crawford gets to fight the winner.
Yeah.
The WBO was like, yeah, he got to fight the winner, so Fundora is going to have to fight Terrence Crawford. If he don't, the WBO going to strip him. So if they go and do that fight with Errol, with Fundora, the WBO said we're going to strip him of the belt, and Terrence Crawford going to fight whoever he fights next. Because you can't do that. Yeah, Terrence Crawford was the one that was up there first. How Errol gonna just walk in and say he's gonna get the title shot? So it don't make no sense. So, and I'm like, Errol he ducked the Terrence Crawford rematch because I'm like, that was the best thing for him because he ain't gonna ever beat Terrence Crawford. They can fight 100 times. That's not gonna ever change. 100 times they gonna lose. 100 times. He will never be beat. There you go. He never gonna be beat.
That's crazy, man. So that just shows the politics in sport and this politics is taking over, man. I mean, that's why Earl was at the fight, and that's why they made the fight go to when they should have been stopping that fight. The coach was too serious.
Yep.
And this is the games that people play, man. And now that you bring it to my attention, it kind of looked that way, and it's crazy, man. Sports and boxing, sports and bullshit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And now, the future of the sport is everybody's doing their own promoting on social media and trying to put their fight on pay-per-views now. And that ruined the game now, because now you can't see any showcase for these fights. There's no home for these fighters to really come out and showcase their talent unless they're on pay-per-view cards. Now it's like some fights are not made for pay-per-view. Right, it's like, wait a minute, these the showcase fights. These are the ones you put on cable to get the fans to see them, so they can come out, right, before you put them on pay-per-view and start charging people money. But now they just charging people money right out of the gate. They don't even develop the fighters. So now they feel like they wasted their money watching some fight that didn't really mean anything. So they messing up the pay-per-view game, and Al Heyman's been doing that because he got no responsibility now when he does that. So he's been putting up a lot of showcase fights on pay-per-view. And then now they got this Ryan Garcia guy, who I call a YouTube fighter, because that's basically what he is. Chin way up in the air, just like Rolly, telegraph every punch he throws.
When does that fight?
Supposedly coming up in a few weeks. I think it's coming up in May.